I'm colored.
I'm a black person.
I'm a colored person.
We have different racial groups. And then there's obviously the white person and there's the Indian person. Because in apartheid laws, what happened was we had a separation, segregation rule, which was enforced before 1994. It was abolished. But what happened was that it was white people were supreme. Then there was the Indian people. Then the colored people. And then obviously the black people were seen as the scum of the earth. And that's not true. And so that would happen. And we still refer to that racial groups because that is what we are.
Black and colored were kept separate from the white from government laws. That basically, to sum up what apartheid was or is. Now things have changed, whereas we all mingle in that sense. We are allowed to have contact with each other, but there's still the racial barriers, which will take quite a time to get over.
A township basically, I'd say it's basically a place where mostly black people live in South Africa, and it tends to be an area where there's a lot of poverty.
Yeah. If a white person and a black person went out, both of them could end up in prison. Neither do we have a dom pass to come into a white area if we were non-white. It was like a passport, and you'd show it to the person at front or wherever. If some white person came up to ask, where's your dom pass, you had to show it to them to be in the area.
I think what's come out of apartheid that could be a lesson to anybody is the fact that we were an extraordinarily divided nation. The struggle, the ending of apartheid, the legalized separateness of the people in this country was a bitter and bloody fight. And I think that the way the country has come together and embraced each other, the notion of brotherhood is something that I think is extraordinary. The change of government from the nationalist government to the African National Congress was one that happened peacefully. I think our first election was something that the world can stand in awe of. And I think that the peace that has happened, despite the problems that we experience still, is something that the whole world could learn from.
Before the democratic elections, we had our official anthem, which was Die Stem van Suid-Afrika. It was an Afrikaans anthem, and it was the official one. The unofficial anthem was Nkosi Sikelel. It was sung throughout the struggle and therefore outlawed, and it's a prayer of hope.
After the first official democratic elections in 1994, we had the anthem. Now that was official, Nkosi Sikelel, which is a hymn and a prayer. It consists of 4 of our 11 official languages, which is the first stanza is Zulu, the second stanza is Sotho, the third is Afrikaans, and the last is English.
There's still, though, huge separateness and poverty, and there's an economic apartheid now. Because of lack of education and opportunities, a lot of people do not have the kind of employment they would otherwise have had or the same education. So people are still separate, but that is changing.
You could say apartheid's reversed, as in politics, because now there are black people, as were the whites, in charge, in power, and the whites are now second to that. So you could say that apartheid has reversed in a sense.
My parents and I, we are fighting different struggles. My parents, it was a racial struggle. It was a sort of, we like, once you get free and they wanted better for us, their children, you know. But for us, I think, like we have to deal with apartheid and what apartheid has left behind. Our struggle is helping those people who have nothing, helping like getting through AIDS and poverty and like just the way that the country has been designed. That black people also sit and white people sit over here. That's what I think our struggle is.